The parliament attack being celebrated by ISIS as revenge for airstrikes in Mosul and Raqqa, with disturbing images of fanatics gleefully taking to social media. Things are still fluid in London, police confirming the assailant on the stretcher apparently was killed. 4 people now dead, 20 injured, some with catastrophic injuries. Let's bring in the American Islamic Forum for Democracy leader. He's Muslim American, Dr. Jasser. Dr. Theresa May, the Prime Minister, just spoke moments ago, visibly angry to the point where she looked like she was shaking. We were watching the footage. Here's what she said, Doctor. It is a sick and depraved attack. It's no accident where it struck outside Parliament. We will never give in to terror. We will never let evil and hate drive us apart. What are your thoughts?
Well, I couldn't say it better and echo those sentiments. The videos that were released by ISIS after Nice, the vehicular jihad that injured and killed tens and more, and then we saw in Brussels before that, and we saw in that Christmas attack another vehicular jihad, and now this has all the hallmarks of a radical militant attack as they see themselves being squeezed in Mosul and in Raqqa. So, you know, the picture of Cameron was put in that video that called for attacks in the UK after the Nice attack. So the British intelligence, I'm sure, were aware that there was a very high risk. They've been on alert. So sadly, we see ourselves in this whack-a-mole program, and this was one of the moles that was missed, and we'll find out who exactly did this. Yep. But we should all remember that, you know, our prayers are to those who were injured, and we should be on alert that we are in a state of war.
Yeah, and you know, the intelligence authorities are saying it's no coincidence. No coincidence. It's the 1-year anniversary of the attack in Brussels. We know that in 2013, a soldier in England was beheaded by 2 terrorists. These terrorists signing a law in a London machete attack. It is the worst attack in a decade, what happened in London. Sir, are you hearing any Muslim leaders around the world calling for fatwas against terrorists who commit these atrocities?
Certainly the outspokenness, if you will, of moderates, those who condemn terrorism, has always been there. But what I'm not hearing is a condemnation of the pool of ideas of political Islamism, and that's what Cameron was very good at, was he identified political Islam, Islamism, as that separatist ideology. That's what our Muslim reform movement calls for. We want to hear not only condemnation of these acts, but we want to hear condemnation of the Wahhabi, Salafi, jihadi ideas that are brewing these, where ISIS lights a fuse and it can go anywhere around the planet into the minds of those who are already radicalized through a separatist ideology. So no, we've not heard enough fatwas about the ideology. We've heard fatwas against the acts, but those are simply one little tip of the iceberg of the bigger pool in which the militants are swimming in.
What happened in London is a disgrace. It's despicable. Doctor, are things changing more toward the moderate way of thinking as you guys represent?
Well, I think the fire is beginning to light under the feet of moderates to reclaim our faith, to take back Islam, as our website is calling for, takebackislam.com. But it's been too silent. It's not been loud enough. I think that now finally the West first has to wake up to tell Muslims, you either take back your religion or we're going to, life is going to change, and we need to show that we are going to lead the reform, be part of the solution, and not part of the problem. So no, we need to hear more, but I think stage 1 is the West to wake up and no longer be sort of lulled into this anesthesia of political correctness, which prevents the identification of the root causes.
Dr. Jasser, always great to have you on the show. Come back soon.
Thanks.